right, man. Bob Quinn did an interview on Sirius XM Satellite Radio and said a couple things. Glad I waited to turn this into one big video. But he said that he was 100% comfortable with Matthew Stafford at quarterback going into 2020. And that's probably hinting that they're not going to take a quarterback at all again. They're going to make the same mistake. But hey, also he said that he hasn't started evaluating for the 2020 offseason. So let's talk about that first. We'll be back. More to Sports Talk. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And the optimism or the people drinking the Kool-Aid for 2020 is already there with Lions fans. And last year, I didn't let it get to me, all right? I just said, people asked me what the Lions record going to be. I said I'm taking the wait and see approach. And that's how I'm going to do this year, all right? I don't trust Bob Quinn. I don't trust his organization to put a winner on the field. I don't trust them to be the 49ers, which hopefully I get that live stream today. I don't trust them to do that. He's incompetent. You know, when Matthew Stafford went down, his player evaluations should have started, all right? When he went down, he should have been evaluating all the players and all the guys he needed in the positions he needed in the scout room. His scout should have been out there scouting everybody from Alabama to San Jose State. He should have already started his evaluations. And people might be like, well, CJ, you know, he had to hire the coaching staff as well, too. Well, if Matt Patricia hired his own coaching staff, then his capologist, and then he just approved him, and then his capologist handled the contract. All right? I believe that's the way it goes. Could be wrong. But maybe that's the reason he ain't started evaluating. But what he been doing? This wasn't no playoff team. You know where you strong at and where you weak at. You know what I'm saying? So for him not to have started his evaluation process yet, this lets you know where this organization is at. And I did a video yesterday. I don't know if people seen this. It's probably the last video I'm going to upload before I upload this one. I don't know if people seen the video I did and just showing how the Patriot organization sucked at drafting. You know, and I had to actually just look there. I was like, let me go check out the Patriots draft, the draft history, because every offseason in the summer I do the draft blast. I go back and we talk about past Lions draft going all the way back probably to the 80s. I'm going to do this year. And you can check out the draft blast playlist. And they sucked at drafting. They sucked at drafting. And Bob Quinn rose through as a scout and director of scouts and all this. They sucked at drafting. He sucked at evaluating players. So it's no secret. You know, Bill Belichick is the macaroni and the cheese. He's just good at resalvaging players. But I'm not going to sound redundant. You can check that video out. But for him not to be on, what he been doing all offseason? He ain't been talking to the media. So you got to, I can evaluate his personnel better than he could. Real talk. I can evaluate his personnel better than he could. You need everything besides a tight end. There you go. And a kicker. You need a punter. You need a backup center, a right guard if you don't bring Glasgow back. You need every offensive lineman not named a center. You need a receiver. You need receivers that can. You need team speed. You need team speed, and you need defensive linemen and linebackers. And you need offensive line. All right? It ain't hard to evaluate, bro. If Terrell Crosby is going to be a good football player for you, hey, man, you should know he should be able to start at right tackle and right guard. If not, he just like a Adrian Wilder. You plug him in, he's just a utility player. You know? And that's just what I'm saying about it. You know, for him not to have, I haven't started my, and he could be lying. Okay, let me say that he could be lying. Like, I haven't really started my evaluation. We ain't really started looking at the players that we need or don't need or whatever the situation may be. He could be lying. He real life could be lying. But like I said before, if he truly ain't started his evaluation process yet, he's an idiot. Because they done did exit interviews and all types of stuff. And you looking at this season, you know who you don't want, who you do want. Now, free agency is an enigma. All right? You don't know. Franchise tags, retirements, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who's going to be out there. So I agree. You know, the free agency plan shouldn't be laid out. But the draft plan, they should have, you know, a feel what they want to do and what they need and who they want to bring back and who they not want to bring back. But the whole thing with Matthew Stafford, I mean, I get it. I get it. His cap hit is $26 million. You don't want to eat up cap with an expensive quarterback at the top of the draft. So you don't want to be playing a quarterback. Two big, pretty good contracts. At number 3, they get paid pretty good. Not like how Stafford got paid as a rookie because now it's slotted. So I get it. It makes me no difference. If they take a quarterback, if they don't take a quarterback, it makes me know this team is not close. And they have an idiot as a head coach, and they have an idiot as a general manager. You know what I'm saying? People might say, the team is so... They wasn't close when Matthew Stafford was out. When he was in. They don't have the running game. That's the biggest problem. And I said that coming in. When they hired Matt Patricia, I said they should have got an offensive coach. The defense wasn't a problem. Terrell Austin did a pretty good job defensively. The offense was the problem. The problem with the offense is that they can't sustain drives because they can't run the damn ball. That's the problem. That's the number one thing that was wrong with the line. They needed, that's why I said a Gary Kubiak as offensive coordinator or something would have worked. Somebody with a proven run system like Kyle Shanahan's zone blocking scheme would have worked. That's the biggest problem with the Lions over the last 20 years. Not Matthew Stafford. We had good defenses. We had good passing offenses. Red zone offense sucked because can't run the ball. Matthew Stafford, when he throw a touchdown in the red zone, he got to be perfect. He got to put the ball on a frozen rope, on a straight parallel line, straight as you can get it. That's the problem. They haven't been able to run the ball. And when you go to Green Bay and you go to Chicago and play outdoors, and before Minnesota got their new stadium, you had to go outdoors too. Through the playoffs, you might go to Seattle. You might have to go through New York some years. You have to be able to run the ball. Look at the 49ers, run the ball. When the Packers won the championship, James Stark turned up. His run game was the reason it opened up for Aaron Rodgers. So the quarterback, it don't piss me off they don't take a quarterback. They can make the same mistake. It doesn't matter. This team got so many holes. People say, next year going to be our year. Man, I don't see it. The defensive scheme they run, it sucks. They need every offensive lineman. And even if you get 5 new offensive linemen or 4 new offensive linemen, the camaraderie, they have to gel. Why did Laken Tomlinson not work in Detroit, but he worked in San Francisco? You got to ask yourself that. Why do guys leave? Larry Warford, he was never healthy in Detroit, but he down there playing New Orleans at a high level. What ain't the Lions doing? It's the organization. So if he feel like Stafford is healthy, coming off 2 injury years with broken bones in his back, it all boils down to they don't want to spend money on another quarterback. And the buddy system with Stafford. People act like the Lions was rolling with Stafford. No, y'all forget all them throws he missed in Oakland. And that's probably because his ass was hurt. He was hurt from the beginning of the season. But once again, I'm a hater. I'm terrible. I don't know. I told y'all, don't nobody take 15 days off in the middle of training camp when they trying to learn a new system with a new offensive coordinator. Nobody. He was hurt. No, he never healed. He never healed. How do you heal and you made it worse playing in the last 5-6 games last season? His wife had sickness. So how you gonna heal? Taking care of the kids, going back. You don't have time. That's stress. When you have emotional stress, that takes a toll on your physical. So he had time to rehab. He learning. He learned a new playbook, dealing with his wife's stuff. When he had time to rehab the back, he came into the season injured, and they should be fine for that because that back never healed. He go down again next year. What's gonna be the excuse? They gonna go out there with Driscoll and blog again. We're gonna be in the same situation, but it don't matter. This team ain't no San Francisco 49er team. The 49ers was ready to pop last year, but Jimmy Garoppolo got injured. Look at the front 7. Bosa, Armstead, all them dudes. DeForest Buckner. That team is studied. They run the ball. Great offensive play caller. So it don't really surprise me, that they won't get a quarterback. Because the cap hit is so colossal. People are going to trade Matthew Stafford or get rid of him. That's $26 million or $24 million in cap and dead money. Can't do it. That's half the cap room you got for the season. To do what? So I get it. I get it why they not going to get rid of him. But for him, he deserved better than this. This organization tarnished him. They never set him up to where he didn't have to do that much. He can hand the ball off, dump it off. Never really had multiple burners. Calvin could run, and Burlington was more irky-jerky than straight speed when he got here. And, you know, Javid Best was a game breaker, but he never could just dump off a 5-yard hitch and somebody take it to the house like Patrick Mahomes could. You know, but like I said before, you know, they good with Stafford, they good with this team. I get it, this team ain't close. It ain't close at all. It ain't close. You didn't see no growth down the stretch from the defense. They got holes. This team is in total rebuild mode. This is basically 0-16. This team is 0-16. And don't nobody want to believe me. This is a 0-16 type of team. You need everything. The team speed sucks. But for Bob Quinn, he said he's not gonna rush and try to save his job. But if you know your job on the block, you're gonna do whatever you got to do to save your job. You're gonna do whatever you got. And he could be lying about drafting the quarterback too. You know, he could be posturing. But they'd evaluate, and they won't take one. They won't take one. They're going to believe in Matthew Stafford again next year. A guy, and if he get injured again, he's going to be in the same position. They're going to get an excuse. And Martha don't know who to hire no way. NFL match, their hiring process matched Martha with Bob Quinn. The reason Bob Quinn here is because he came from a cheap organization and they won. And Martha wanted to win for cheap. The Lions have to get a person that's actually been there, done that. And that's what it boiled down to. They got to get a person that's been there and done it and built the team before. But they don't want to spend that money for somebody to come to Detroit. But like I said, in the end, I'm not upset that they're not looking at a quarterback, because it don't matter. They need everything. Everything. But hey, it's Motor City Sports Talk. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Want to make a donation to the channel? Link in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. Don't forget to check my other channel out, Goodfellas Sports TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time.